We continue our 3-2-1 position analysis here of Nebraska's 2018 season. Now we're on to Nebraska's secondary, where we tell you 3 things we learned, ask 2 questions, and make 1 prediction here going forward. I think number 1, I'll start out with DiCaprio Bootle. I think he had a breakout type of season. 15 pass breakups for Nebraska. They more than tripled almost their numbers of pass breakups as a secondary from a year ago, and DiCaprio Bootle's play was a big part. He became a true lockdown corner for Nebraska at times this season. However, number 2, sticking on that topic of corner, I think the depth at corner was a concern. DiCaprio Bootle and Lamar Jackson as a group played as many snaps as any player on Nebraska's defense. In fact, most games they never left the field. So I think the depth at corner was an issue at times, but luckily they were able to survive it. Even a rough patch when Lamar Jackson was benched, they went to Eric Lee for a short while, but Lamar was able to step it back up and play a lot better for Nebraska down the stretch. And then finally, the third thing we learned, there were a lot of good stories when you look at the safety position for Nebraska. You had Trey Neal coming in from Central Florida and what he gave Nebraska in just 1 year's time. You had what Antonio Reed provided against Michigan State, his big moment where he helped Nebraska win that game. But I think just the story of Aaron Williams was one of the better ones. He was somebody that Travis Fisher counted out of the equation because of his shoulder injury. He came back over a month early to get on the field, was able to fight, and they put him in the game against Colorado when Nebraska was trailing 14-0. He made a couple of impactful plays, and then from that point on, Aaron Williams got his black shirt back, and he was a starter at the safety position. And then finally, here's my prediction for Nebraska's secondary going forward. We saw just 9 interceptions in 2017. That number went to 11 in 2018. I think we're going to see well over 15 interceptions for the Huskers, if not more, going forward. I just think the ball skills, the confidence in the system, all of that's going to get so much better. A lot of those deflected passes that we saw a year ago, I think a lot of that will turn into interceptions. Well, that wraps it up here for our 3-2-1 look at Nebraska's secondary. We'll close things down with a 3-2-1 breakdown of Nebraska's special teams.